Oda did it again, bro. The latest chapter of One Piece. Oh my god. Brook's backstory is so tragic. Why is Oda the king of backstories? Also, Imu gets rocked? It's the first time I see Imu hurt. What a chapter. Also, a little spoiler for the chapter. How do you survive this? This is how Brook got the scar in his head? How do you survive this? The beginning of the chapter, see the island of Esperia surrounded by naval ships. It's like burning down. It's not looking too good. Citizens of Esperia believe this is the only way to get their independence from the world government is fighting back. In this panel, we get to see Brook in a trance-like state. He cannot believe what he just saw in that last panel. Shirley just killed her father. All these other people in the room, he's just in awe. We got Imu and one of the five elders. Imu taking over one of the five elders' body. We got this guy in the corner who we don't know yet, but he gets revealed later on in this chapter. And Shirley, who's possessed, she's basically Domain Reversi, but Brook has never seen it, so he doesn't know like what she is, like what form that is. Then we get to see a little flashback when Brook's shouting out to his big bro. When Brook and him first met, and he used to call him Mister, but he said, "Don't call me Mister, call me Big Bro." Showing how close they were. They were locked in. Now, Brook's basically standing over his body, shouting, trying to make sure his boy's still alive. Asking for the medics. Imu wants to intertwine and say that calling Brook basically, call him an inconvenience for his intrusion. And then Shirley's like, you know that he's already dead, like very cold. Brook doesn't even respond to Princess Shirley. He just looks at the guy sitting down smoking. And he's like, what did you do to Princess Shirley? He isn't capable of doing this. Then Princess Shirley reveals that she's a celestial dragon? That's not her real father? I'm like, nigga, what? Paradine was cheating on my boy or something? Brooke can't even believe the words that was coming out of her mouth. It's like, what are you even saying? How could you say that's not your parents? Shirley responds that she should have been living her life as a celestial dragon. All the years, the 16 years she spent here below realm was just a waste. And she wanted to take her anger out on her father. That's why she was the one that murdered him. And proceeds to start talking shit about the king, her former father. Oh my good for nothing king, that he let down his people. That now that he's dead, the war is over. I'm like, what war was happening? Looks even like, bro, it's gonna turn lawless now. Shirley responds with, it's not my concern anymore. And that mysterious guy who was smoking, who everyone thought was one of those gangster people that was trying to take Princess Shirley's mom. But we figure out that he's a god knight, Saint Manmaver Bro. The first words he comes out with is that he remembers Baruch and how she used to work under Paradine, Princess Shirley's mom. And when his face was revealed, you can see his eye color, and he looks exactly like Gonko. So you're like, oh, what? Obviously, this guy's a celestial dragon because you can just tell he said, Baruch, you weren't even allowed to come near me. What the arrogance of this guy. As the man stands up, he looks humongous. Baruch is just terrified, falls to the floor. Gro explains to exactly why he's here. He said he usually doesn't come to backwater countries like this to retrieve a single brat, revealing that Princess Shirley's actually his kid. But he finds out that Princess Shirley had possessed the mismatched eyes and that the Great One, Imu, wanted her. Talks about how he didn't awaken those eyes, but he hopes that Princess Shirley's going to be the one that awakened them. This mismatched eyes, you got another power system we've never heard about in the One Piece verse. I thought it was just Devil Fruits. This is crazy. As Gro is saying all this information, Imu interjects like, hey, bro, you talking too much. Now Baruch is faced with Shirley, and he still can't believe this is real. He's like, bro, I used to change this girl's diapers. This has to be a dream. Princess Shirley is done with Baruch saying like, oh, I could just go to the Holy Land and find stronger protection. I don't need you anymore. We get to see a flashback of how Baruch is like, I see her as an angel. Now she's looking like a devil. And then the last flashback he sees is his homeboy Big Bro and how he couldn't protect him and how he feels so sorry. He drops his sword as Princess Shirley's coming to attack him. That's where we get this. Oh my God. Princess Shirley impales this dude's head. That's where he gets that scar in his head. I always wonder where he got that. Oda's the king of foreshadow. Like, bro, how did he put the scar on his head from the get-go knowing this was going to be his background story? Like, damn. It's too cold. After impaling him in the head, she walks away. Gee, like this was this aura moment. The wings, her real dad next to her. Baruch wakes up surrounded by his soldiers saying like, bro, I can't believe you survived a impalement in the head. This is when they revealed about how they failed and that the king is dead. And this is when he starts remembering everything that happened. Shirley, the king dying, Baruch loses his mind, dude. Just the wound opens up. He's crying. This is probably the saddest moment we ever seen of Barook. Like, look at backstories is Oda's like specialty, bro. Okay, now we're back in the present day. This is Barook explaining his backstory to the Nami and them. After that all happened, Brooke still thought it was a hallucination because he never knew about anything about devil fruits or anything. He asks the question, hey, you guys, do you think it's okay if I have put faith in Princess Shirley once more? That's why this chapter's titled Once More. He wants to save Princess Shirley. Like, look at that determination, bro. Asking his crewmates for everyone to lend their strength to help him. You already know what type of squad the Straw Hats are, bro. They all down, ready to go, bro. But he had them tearing up down there. You think they ain't ready to squabble now? Before anyone's ready, Barook just dips out and runs towards the block of ice that Shirley's under. Now we get to the more juicy spots, too. That was super juicy. But now Luffy's back. He's fueled up, ready to go. As soon as he's done fueling up, he just dips out right to Imu. Loki and Imu's talking down. Loki's like, bro, you so weak. Why are you always targeting kids? That's how the world government plays. Imu responds by saying, you're arrogant. You don't even know the reason. Should I enlighten you? And he talks about 800 years how the giants were defeated because they wanted to rescue their children. And that's basically that the nature of the giants hasn't changed in those amount of years. And he knows that basically if I grab new children now that you guys are going to bend the knee again, history repeats itself. Calling them all slaves. Like, damn. As Loki's charging in for another attack, Luffy pulls up out of nowhere, and this is where Imu actually noticed it, gets rocked. Blood coming out of his mouth. I have never seen Imu look like this. He looked unstoppable when he first came up here. Telling him to get out of Elbaf. What a chapter, man.